Now, on the concept of spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors, these are of two types. Number one, concave mirror. Number two, convex mirror. Concave and convex. Let's see how they are formed. This is a hollow glass sphere. This is also a hollow glass sphere. Here, the outside. This is the outside, which is silvered. Here the inside is silvered. What I meant to say is from this I take out this much portion from here to here and keep it here. From here I take out this much portion and keep it here, and I name it as mm dash mm dash. Now this side is the side from which light will come and will be reflected. In this case, from this side light will be come and will be reflected. Now the center of this was this, the center of this was this portion is this portion, therefore it has the same center as C. This portion is same thing as this, the center of this is C, so center of this mm dash is also C. This point, the midpoint of the mirror, this point, the midpoint of the mirror is called the pole of the mirror, and the center, the point C is called center of curvature of the mirror. Point C called the center of curvature of the mirror. M is called pole of the mirror mm dash. P is also called pole of the mirror mm dash. P is called the pole. This point is the pole, this point is the pole, the midpoint. Now the same mirror is here, the same mirror is here. Now I join this point to this point and draw a straight line. This point with a straight line. This will be called the principal axis of the mirror. Now AM is a ray coming parallel to this principal axis. So it will be reflected. AM is a ray parallel to the principal axis. So this will also be reflected. So to find out where the reflected ray will go, I have to draw the normal. CMN is the normal to the mirror mm dash at this point. CMN is the normal to this mirror at this point. So this is the angle of incidence. So on the other side of this normal, this is the angle of reflection, theta theta. So this passes like this. So here this is the incident ray, this is the normal, so this is the angle of incidence. So the reflected ray on the other side of the normal makes the same angle and goes like this. This reflected actually passes through a point F. This reflected ray appears to come from a point F. This point F and this point F, they are called the focus of the mirror. The focus of the mirror. Now, from P to C, in both the cases is called the principal axis of the mirror. In case of concave, in case of convex. From P to F in concave and also P to F in the convex is symbolically written as small f, is called the focal length of the mirror. Now the distance PC from P to C written as capital R is called the radius of curvature of the mirror. The distance P to C that is represented as capital R is called the radius of curvature of the mirror. Now this is taken as negative, this is also taken as negative, this is taken positive, this is taken positive. I'll tell you why. Now I'll tell you why. Now I'll tell you why. Now look, the reason is the direction of light is called positive. In this case, light is going this way. So this direction is positive. In this case, light is traveling this way, so this direction is positive. All distances are measured from the pole from here. For this case, for this type of mirror from here. Here from P to C is in a direction opposite to the direction of light. Therefore, PF is negative. From P to C is in a direction opposite to the direction of light. Therefore, is negative. Whereas in this case, this direction is the direction of the ray of light. So this direction is positive. So from P to F is in the same direction as the ray of light. So therefore this is positive, and therefore also this is also positive. Now, now the relation between the radius of curvature and the focal length, which is true for both concave and convex. Now this is a mirror M dash, a concave mirror. Now this is your principal axis, as I have told you before, pole, center of curvature. Now suppose a ray is traveling like this, AM. This is parallel to the principal axis. So CMN at this point is the normal to the mirror. Therefore this is the incident ray, this is the normal, therefore this is the angle of incidence. Let it be theta. So on the other side of the normal, on this side of the normal, this ray will be reflected. So it is reflected like this, and this point is called F. Now these two angles are equal because of the laws of reflection. Now I drop a perpendicular from here M, I draw a perpendicular MT on the principal axis. Now look, AM is parallel to the principal axis. This line is parallel to this is the transversal. So this angle is equal to this angle. So if this is theta, this is also theta. And previously we have shown that this angle is equal to this angle due to laws of reflection. Now in triangle CMF, this angle is equal to this angle. Therefore the side FC is equal to the side FM. Now a perpendicular is drawn. Now if the point M is not here, is here, then the ray is not like this, then the ray will be like this. And when the perpendicular is drawn, T will shift towards the point P. So as M comes closer, the point T will coincide with P. So if M comes closer to P, then the point T will coincide with P. So in that case, MF will be equal to PF. MF will be equal to PF. Now, which implies PF is equal to FC. PF is equal to FC. From P to F, it was written as small f. Now, from P to C, it was written as capital R. Now, since PF is equal to FC, so F plus F, that is equal to F plus F is equal to PC, that is equal to R. So 2F is equal to R. So this is the relationship between focal length and radius of curvature of a concave mirror, and this is also true for a convex mirror.